What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Branch Out Outdoors. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're having a blessed day. I know the energy for me is a little low right now, but I'm praying it comes through tomorrow. I've been battling food poisoning all week. Got some meds, so should be feeling better. But tomorrow is the 2022 Lonestar Throwdown. It's a huge kayak fishing event. It's always a big tournament from what I hear. This is just my first year to do it since I just started kayak fishing a couple months ago, but usually it's around 100, 150 people. This year they've got over 180. I know it's a sport that's growing a lot, really, really fast, and I think it's growing a lot because it's not, bass boat tournaments. You really invest a lot of money, not only just for the entry fees, but for the boat and just being able to get out there. And like you can see behind me, my kayak, there's tons of really nice kayaks, and I definitely want to upgrade in the future now that I've getting really serious about it. But this kayak you see sitting behind me, I mean, this brand new is $800. A lot of the kayaks I feel like that are nicer ones, they're going to run anywhere from $2,000 to like a pedal drive one, which again, that's, if you don't know, you use your feet and you pedal and you have a little rotor, and that would be significantly better. That's because again, it frees up your hands so you can fish more and not be constantly kind of paddling, which is what I do with this one. But again, I'm learning, and this is a good way to learn. And again, if you're looking at getting started, you don't have to buy a brand new. You can find them, go on Facebook Marketplace or different places and find them used. This thing used probably be $400 or $500, so you don't have to have thousands of dollars just to get a kayak and get started. But anyways, I'm excited for the tournament tomorrow. I'll be waking up about 2:30. But before I do that, I got all my rods and reels rigged up and ready. I've got 6 set for in the morning. And excited to go out there because again, fishing against probably, I would say, some of the best kayak anglers in Texas, and really excited to get out there. And again, I always expect, I'm like, man, I want to do really, really well. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to go out there and do the best I can and compete with these guys. So let's go over here and see what I got rigged. All right, so here's the rods and reels I got rigged up. Got 6 of them ready to go. Got the Chatterbait Mini Max with the Rage trailer comboed on that. If you haven't fished these, I know it's just a Chatterbait, but it's a smaller profile, but I still got in a 1/2 ounce there. I got the Mike Buka Baby Shad right here. It's a little bit smaller than the other ones, just to kind of give a little smaller profile. I think it's like 3.75 inches is pretty sure the size on that. But got a 110 Whopper Plopper here, so again, give a little more drawing power with that little bit bigger bait. And I got a little smaller profile here with the Spook, and then I got a Strike King 1.5 rigged up right here, Hard Knocks on the spinning combo. And then I got the Drop Shot, which I'm not gonna fish that first thing in the morning, but I've got the Drop Shot rod and reel set up. That's really all I do on this lighter weight one right here. So we're rigged and ready, let's go. All right, I'm set up and ready to go. Got 20 minutes until I can actually paddle out here and get in the water. So I'm just hanging out right here on the shore. Excited, got a nice cool morning. The wind's not blowing right now, but it's gonna be blowing out of the north. So ready to get this 2022 Lonestar Throwdown rolling. So good luck to everybody and let's go. So my plan was to start off really working the top waters, and I was committed to doing that for the first 90 minutes or so. And real quickly, I think it was my second cast right here, I got a hit. It wasn't a big one, but of course it's not always nice to get a fish on the board early. And I immediately casted right back after I measured that one to that same spot. And I had something swat at it immediately when it hit the water, and then it hit at it again and didn't take it. And then I worked a little bit more and paused for a second. And right after I paused it is when it came up and just didn't really explode on it, but sucked it under. Again, wasn't a big one, but another decent one. At least to have 2 fish on the board in the first 30 minutes was pretty nice. And pretty quickly, once the bite kind of slowed down on the top water, I went ahead and said, all right, it's time to start fishing a little something different. And I went with the Drop Shot, mainly because that's the one thing I could get fish to bite during that pre-fishing. I know other people were catching them on other things, but the drop shot was pretty much the one thing that I could catch any fish with. This fish right here jumped. It was an off the backboard and into the goal kind of a scoop with that net. And of course, at this point, I was pretty happy. I had 3 fish. That one wasn't huge, but it's 15 inches, which I know in these kayak tournaments, I kind of figured, I was like, man, I've been fishing tough. And I was like, man, if I could just get 75 inches, I figured I wouldn't win, but I'd at least be in the hunt. And then I could try and move on and try and catch a couple of bigger ones. So I just decided I'd just stay committed and just work this drop shot in this area right here. And just a tip, if you are going to do some drop shot fishing, I always keep my drag pretty loose, but what I usually do is keep it where it's tight enough that when I set the hook, it's not going to let a lot of line out. And then when I get one that's pulling hard like this one was, I'll loosen that drag kind of as I go, because those little drop shot hooks, man, if you just manhandle these fish, it'll rip a hole and easily kind of fall out because it's such a small hook, or just rip straight through the mouth. But most all these, I'm telling you, on that drop shot, it's almost 100% you're going to land those fish. And this one's a pretty good one, and that got me to number 4 on the day, so I was feeling really good since it was only about 8:30. So now I had 4, and I knew I needed one more for a limit. It wasn't going to be like a huge limit. But I was excited because, I mean, it wasn't even 9 o'clock yet. And so I just kept moving around this same area. I wasn't fishing structure, which is normally what I do is, find structure and drop an anchor. I was really fishing bait. If I found bait, like right here, my sonar, I saw some bait right underneath me and just dropped down right on top of them and bam, caught one. That's something that I kept doing over and over again throughout this day. I know people are probably looking at me weird because I was like offshore, wasn't on structure, but I literally just kept going back and forth, following this huge ball of bait and kept catching them. Thankfully, this wasn't a huge fish because my net was hung up and I could not get it off without risking losing a rod to the bottom of the lake. But thankfully, I was able to just grab this little old feller and pull him on in with me. Right, so it is 9:20, and thank the good Lord I already got a 5-fish limit caught. I know I'm gonna have to catch some bigger ones, but I've got a lot of time to go around and really focus on catching some big fish now, so stay tuned. I'm excited for how this thing's gonna finish. So following about an hour of flipping a jig around some structure and around some trees that were popping up, I decided I'm gonna go back over, wasn't getting any bites there, and fish that same area and find that ball of bait. And quickly got on a bite here real fast. Actually see a fish jump behind me back there. It looked like a pretty big one too. So although this fish wasn't a monster, it was just short of 15 inches. So it was about a 2.5 inch upgrade from the smaller one that I had earlier. So again, I was pretty happy with that. Definitely needed to catch some bigger ones to be in contention to win, but that was a start, and getting an upgrade is always good. Man, I know I was so thankful. I was telling God thank you for that, because I know, again, it's not a huge fish, but on a tough day, and I think that was 15 1/4 inch smallmouth is what that was. It was just, I was really happy to get another upgrade, and that kind of upgraded me about a total of 5 inches from that morning quick limit I got. Now, a quick tip: always put your net to your left like that, because you can see. I mean, again, a tough day. The end of the day, to lose, you know, a 15 1/4 inch fish on the tough day of fishing I had, man, would have been heartbreaking. But thankfully I had that net beside me. He jumped in there and I grabbed it and was able to get the picture and get him released safely. And that's all she wrote for the 2022 Lonestar Throwdown. I know I didn't catch any monsters, but I'm happy with myself. I caught 8 fish total, and feel like I have a chance to probably not win it. I know some people probably caught some big ones out today, being 187 people out here fishing, but I feel like I did pretty dang good, did as good as I could. It definitely wasn't easy fishing, so anyways, we'll see where we stand. I'm about to paddle back, and then I'll make my way over. I think the awards are going to be at 6 o'clock, so it's still like 3 hours away from now. But anyways, the Lonestar Throwdown 2022 fishing's done. Now we just got to see where we finished.
Every winner should be here because you got a raffle ticket. All right, here we go. First item's up for grab. Gonna be some grabbers.
All right, guys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in for this video. Definitely appreciate the support. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss one of my upcoming videos. I have some awesome videos coming up here in the next few weeks. So stay tuned, guys. And again, I very much appreciate your love and support.